And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in the Long Dark, ending, well, picking up from where we left off with the kill streak last time. We should be pretty much ready to head out and potentially figure out if we can get to the airfield. So, resource-wise, we don't need the hat. Don't think... Do I need the stuff for the crampons? Crampons are decently repaired. No. Food-wise, we're going to pick up cured meat to bring with us. At least up to our carrying capacity of cured meat. Got one set of view. We might trade a little bit of this cured meat for...
I need to drop something.
We might trade a little of the cured meat for pickles when we get to peppers. That's basically the direction we're planning on heading now. We'll hydrate up so we don't take any damage on the way out. We're going to hit the fishing spot, then we're going to head out into Mystery Lake area. And then across the Forlorn Muskeg and so on and so forth, depending upon the weather. Depends on how quickly we'll get moved. So it should be about dawn. So assuming the weather isn't completely terrible, and it isn't, we're decently cold. It is pretty much dawn, so it hasn't had any time to warm up yet. We should just be able to walk out quickly to our fish and water out on the coast. Hard to tell through the fog if that's a wolf or a deer. I think it's a wolf. Yeah, first stop, we're going to chow down some fish before we go ahead and completely leave. Hydrate up there, pick up a little bit of water. Maybe warm up on the island. On Jackrabbit Island, and then we're going to start our way out. I'm basically repeating myself now while we're on the way out. Pile of water here. We'll take 1 liter water.
Too much stuff to carry.
So, the plan for today's stream is to go out to the airfield and pick up the radio, which will be the first time I have personally done it. So most of what is beyond the Broken Bridge and Broken Railway is mostly unknown to me. I've seen a couple people do that on YouTube while multitasking, so I wasn't really paying much attention. So I know the rough area. It's basically you go across that bridge, follow the railroad until we get to the transfer station, and then there's the road, in theory, that goes up to the airfield. So I got a rough idea of what we need to do to get the airfield. Really, it just comes down to doing it safely without taking too much damage, which I don't suspect will be too much of a problem. Oh, I should probably take our loot out of the trading post. So we'll eat fish, go to the trading post, make sure the trading post is unloaded. We'll warm up, and then we'll set out.
So cold. Just want to lay down for a bit.
Okay, lump of fish, lump of ruined fish. Scarf that down. A lump of ruined fish, scarf that down. I think that goes all the way full. At least close enough. Yeah, close enough. sprint a little bit here to avoid damage, because we're going to check the trading post, pick up our trade from Sutherland. We're going to go up to that cabin right there, warm up, and then our path out is actually going to right back past our food. So if I burn a few calories here, it's fine.
Looks like I survived another night. This stuff will come in handy.
Basically another piece of cloth. Take our box of cereal. I'll take the ruined kittens as well. We'll duck in here to warm up.
Too heavy.
And we'll probably do the disassembly to pass the time. See if that's enough. Might not be enough. $700 calories for 0.20 kilograms. So that is better per mass than the cattail socks, but not by much. And apparently the fish and cured meat are doing better than that. Yeah. We got a box of cereal, and it was arguably it was an expensive box of cereal. It's not beat around the bush, it was an expensive box of cereal. Okay. Might be a little bit warmer out here, it might not be. We're at least ready to start moving. Again, because we've warmed up.
I'm gonna have to leave something behind.
He may say that, but he's not quite accurate. We can be a little bit overweight and be fine for the trip we're taking. Would be better if we were warmer, though. Still somewhat early morning, so it is still quite a bit cold. Oh, I don't need this many sticks. We can leave some sticks behind. That's going to be full. Yeah, no, this is where I want to leave the sticks. There we go. Now we'll walk faster. Basically take the coastal breakwater route over. So we'll see what we find along the way. Found fish. We'll move the fish so it doesn't despawn. We're not taking it with us because that will attract the wrong sort of attention. A little bit tempting to harvest that deer. Yeah, let's actually take the time to harvest that deer.
My fingers feel numb.
Some water while we're doing it. And more on top of it. Not a lot of meat on here, but for something we didn't have to hunt, that's not too bad of a haul anyway. And there it's going to let us travel in the warmer part of the day as well, because we're spending a little bit of time here. Oops. Well, that's fine. It's going for a past time until cooked, and the answer to when is it cooked is yes. It is cooked. So we ate a little bit of the deer. Granted, that was probably the piece we wanted to eat off of anyway, so that's fine. That works.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Okay, up to Jackrabbit Island cabin. Drop off these guts and the hide and the meat. That'll make us a lot more mobile. And, well, that's the whole point of beachcombing, because every once in a while you get decent loot on beachcombing, so we just gotta basically free deer hide, guts, and a couple kilograms of meat. For the cost of a stick and a coal. Well, and a match, because I spent a match. Okay, do we drop the guts first? No, we do drop the guts first. So we drop the guts, drop the meat, pick the guts up, step on the inside, leave the guts inside and the hide. And we're off. So gut, side step. Hide. Okay, we're a little bit overweight because the transmutation of coal to sticks gains us weight. But as we go along, we'll leave sticks behind. Or leave the torches behind. Well, that's something. The question is it a harvestable something? I think no. Yeah, that's past the safe distance, so we're not getting that. Whatever that is, we're not getting it. Could be thousands of matches, and it doesn't matter, we're not getting it. looks like there's at least one more piece of beach coming before we're gonna get off the ice and start heading up the river. No, that one's just empty. It looks like we got a canoe over there. Canoe frequently has something like a piece of fish or something. And there's another carcass over there. We'll see if that one's human or animal. So normally I'd be cutting across here, but we see potentially useful looting spots, so I'm gonna grab from the looting spots. Okay, that's looking human. So we'll drop the fish because we don't want to attract the bear. Okay, torch all time. Jump up the river. It has warmed up a bit, so I'm not super rushed to get where we need to go. Though it will probably get warmer, and with our repaired clothing, there is a decent possibility it'll get warm enough that we'll be warm. Especially the torch. So the biggest concern with going up the river here is that we run into the bear. There's a bear that dens on this river. So as a side effect, I'm not going to follow the river one-to-one because more likely to run into the bear if you do that.
Can't feel my feet.
Time to change torches. And yeah, there was a second stick there, but we're picking up sticks because I'm picking up sticks, not because we should be picking up sticks. There's the bear, and the wolf just got something. So we want to avoid the bear, and satiating my curiosity to what the wolf got is one way to get away from the bear. Looks like the wolf got a rabbit. Might have enough sticks to warm ourselves up. -8. Don't have 8 sticks on me. So to warm myself up with that rabbit, we would...
Damn. Freezing.
Have to spend a piece of coal right now. Which I'm not quite down to do. So we'll take a little bit of damage and bring the rabbit with us.
Might have to drop some gear.
Get like 4 or 5 more sticks, we'll be able to start a fire. And not actually be warm next to the fire. There's like 3 more to go. those are stones. Stones don't burn particularly well. Alright, so we have enough to probably be, well, not including the torch, right? So the torch is probably a degree or two, so I need like, a few extra sticks. We've probably checked this corpse before, but no sense in not checking again here. It's empty. Yep, should give us enough time to get the fire started. We'll do it next to this branch here.
Come on.
Okay,
Come on.
drop the rabbit, put the torch out. Pull the sticks into it. Grab the torch. And you should be getting warm enough. Yeah, warm enough. Okay, cooked in 4, so we'll let you cook and eat you. And then we'll take the moment to process the rest of this rabbit. I'm going to be time inefficient, and we're going to do it all by hand without using the tool. Save some tool quality. Assemble that ruined one. Back into stick. We'll pull these torches out of this fire and continue to move. Didn't quite warm as much as I warmed up as much as I would have liked. But it is fairly warm out. So even once we move away from this fire, we shouldn't get cold too quickly.
Something's gotta go.
Well, we'll take this route to the cave. So we're in the process of leaving the coastal highway on the way out to the airfield. And obviously there's a couple different places we gotta go along the way. Right, we're gonna stop in the trapper's cabin, do a little inventory triage there, pick up a couple of jars of pickles. Got a pickle stockpile there. Just to bring some vitamin C with us in case we need it along the way. Might leave some of the cured, well, the jerky behind at that point, depending upon our carrying capacity. As we go through the ravine over here, there's a couple decent places to leave behind things like guts and hides, so we'll basically carrying this rabbit gut and rabbit hide out to the next cave. Could have taken a little bit of detour and dropped in a cabin nearby, but I think we're, well, apparently we're warm right now in the wind shelter, so we're not needing to hunker down to warm up. And if that's the case, I'd like to keep moving. We'll try to juggle the ignition with us, just in case we want a fire for cooking or for protection against wolves. Keeping the character fed and hydrated, so we're not like having to look for food. The various food piles I have along the way.
Too heavy. Swap torches. Maybe not the best place to swap torches. I really should have noticed that I needed to swap before the bridge earlier. But we got past the dangerous part of it and did our torch swap successfully. And apparently the weather has warmed up enough, so we are technically classed as warm and warming. Even just being outside of the lit torch. It's good to see. That's our currently well-maintained clothes working out well for us. If anything, I'm kind of struggling with what to say while we're taking this nice, calm walk. This is going to be, obviously, the chill portion of the stream. While we're in the known. Because Mystery Lake and Coastal Highway have been this long Let's Plays bread and butter. But we're moving towards the unknown. We'll just have to see if the weather will hold that long, actually, at this rate. Because we got good weather. Might be able to get all the way there in this day if the weather holds. Taking a slight detour for caves to drop off our rabbit goods. It is the place we'd probably be taking a detour to stop to warm up if we were cold, but we're not cold.
So we're just going to drop off the guts and the hide. Keep walking. Keep the head a little on the swivel for things like birch bark that can sort of hide in the grass here. Now we drop the hide. And we're going to get going again. Thinking we're gonna slip into the trailer cabins near the dam. That's where we'll go ahead and put the first part break in for the stream. As a general rule, I try to keep the parts 30 to 40 minutes long for YouTube. And while I have a bad habit of letting the parts go a bit long, because I tend to also like putting the part breaks at logical places to put them, the goal is 30 to 40 minutes, and we're over 30, and the trailer cabins is a decent place because it is a place where we can save by entering the cabins to take that part break. I'm planning drinking something like having the character drink coffee or take some rosehip pie to regain a little bit of fatigue. It is going to start slowing us down if we don't do something with the fatigue. Wasn't accounting for both the rabbit and the deer to be slowing us down. Well, I say slowing us down. Basically, both the rabbit and the deer offer us situations to warm up, where had those not presented themselves, we would have warmed up probably by sleeping in one of the cabins for an hour. So it was sort of the trade-off of, we got a rabbit, we got a deer, but we didn't get 2 hours of snoozing. So our character is more fatigued than they would be otherwise. Trying to grab the birch bark as we see it is a somewhat valuable resource. If we didn't necessarily have a destination in mind, I might, because of the good weather, had stopped to try to take both those deers down, but we got places in mind. And the good weather means it's a good time to travel. As well as hunt, but don't necessarily need the food stockpile around here. We know we have decently close bear piles from bear kills earlier.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put in the first part break. So if you're watching on YouTube, there will be another part up tomorrow because we're going to record like 4 more parts in the streaming session. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. There will be more recording to do after this short break. So until the next time, or until the next part, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part. Bye for now.